Welcome to Coffee and Tarot with Mama T. My name is Teresa, and I am welcoming you and Spirit in for a Sagittarius reading for the week of October 20th through the 26th. I'm going to start off by sharing a little bit of the astrology that you'll be facing this week, and then we will jump into your reading. First of all, the new moon in Libra on the 21st is going to be happening, and I did do a new moon reading, so be sure and check that out if you haven't seen it already. The new moon is going to be squaring a Jupiter and Pluto opposition, and it's going to provide an opportunity for a fresh start in your relationships and how you express yourself. You may examine your partnerships and feel like decisions about their feasibility and go forward potential need to be made. It's not a dynamic of sudden changes, more like redefining expectations, roles, and boundaries. A lot of this is going to happen in your own mind and may not even be communicated out loud. But you may find yourself making more reasonable and balanced mental evaluations about your relationships internally. On a larger scale, this new moon may coincide with a realignment of partnerships worldwide. The chaos kings of the world, and I think we all know who they are, may find themselves with less support thanks to Libra's emphasis on harmony and balance. 24 hours later, or less than 24 hours later, after the new moon, Neptune retrogrades back into Pisces for a while, and hidden motives may surface, but the whole story is likely to remain cloudy, mysterious, and murky for a bit. Some of the webs of deception that have been spun over the past 12 years of Neptune and Pisces are going to start to get tangled up and will unravel. And this could be a rude awakening for people who have blindly followed cults of personality or institutions during this time frame. On the 22nd, the sun is going to enter Scorpio, and that's going to bring a domination of water energy to the skies. Jupiter is going to be in Cancer, Sun, Moon, Mars, and Mercury all will be in Scorpio, and Neptune and Saturn will be in Pisces. So for those with strong water placements in their chart, this energy is going to feel natural, but for others, it may feel really heavy and emotionally depleting. Deep feelings will guide our actions under this concentration of water. On October 25th, Mars opposes Uranus in Gemini. It may trigger some hasty decisions along with a desire to avoid any accountability. Hopefully, the flow of minor and grand trines that are also going to be occurring this week in the skies will provide a little bit of a calming effect and diminish any lasting impacts of any rash behavior that happens as a result of this astrological alignment. So that's what we're facing in the stars this week. Let's go ahead and put the camera overhead so that you can see the reading. I've already shuffled, cleansed, and prayed over the cards just to save some time on these readings. The first one that I did for Scorpio took quite a bit longer than I thought it would when I was doing the shuffling on camera. So I want to make these a little bit shorter for you if I can. So I'll put the camera over and then we'll get started. All right. For your catalyst cards, we have Squirrel Spirit, Believe in Yourself. And we have Homeward Traveler, Completion, Reunion, and Return. We'll talk about those in a little bit here. And then let's get your tarot cards spread out here. Your energy here, or you, is the Ace of Winter Wands. We get the Artisan of Winter Wands, which is the same thing as the Knight of Wands. And then for your recent past, we get the Winter Star. Same thing as a star. Everything is the same thing. It's just the, a little bit of naming convention changes. the Apprentice of Cups. So that will be the Page of Cups. Then we have up here, your destiny or goal will be the Six of Pentacles. Great card. What you don't see coming is the Page of Swords. Then your energy, we get the Hermit. For the energy around you, we get the King of Cups. Your hopes and fears, we get the Tower. And the final outcome, we get the King of Wands. Okay, we'll talk about all of this in a moment here. Then we are going to do some healing, some oracle cards to go along with this row here as like guidance and support from Spirit. Move some of this stuff here. Okay, we get a healing card, rebuild and restructure. We'll read that in a little bit. Then Echoes of the Soul. We get Crimson Resolve, number 35 card. Another number 35. I get 35s all the time. Then we get from the Wisdom of the Raven, we get Chaos. That's really good to go with that Tower card. And then from the, what is it called? Beyond Lemuria, to go along with your final outcome, we get Internal Explorer. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera back in front so that you can see me as I am going through these cards with you. But I wanted you to be able to see the layout and what we're looking at first. Okay, Sagittarius. So first of all, we get the Squirrel Spirit. So the Squirrel Spirit is a card that encourages you to look at your abundance and be willing to share. It's to believe in yourself, to believe that you have taken all of the preparations that are necessary in order to be successful, and that you have more than enough to go around. It kind of fits in with this Six of Pentacles card that you get at the top of your Celtic Cross reading, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, but that fits in really well. The Homeward Traveler card is it's a number 21, and it says completion, reunion, and return. And this is a card of success after a long journey. You have gone through a lot in this card, and now you're on your way home. Your home may not be, it may not be a physical place on earth. It may not even be like a person or a group of people. Or it could be a physical home that you're about to purchase. You're about to sign on the dotted line, and your offer is about to be accepted. So it could be a literal home, or it could just be a home within your own soul. But this is a card that is signifying completion after a long journey and your success in that journey. So let's move on to the tarot. And at the foundation of your reading, at the beginning of the reading, the central card is the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is an amazing opportunity coming in. This is usually some kind of a creative endeavor, some kind of new flash of insight, something that is going to require energy and optimism And it's definitely an offer from coming in from spirit for you. The crossing energy that we get is the artisan of winter wands, which is the same thing as the knight of wands. So to have this ace of wands helped and assisted by the knight is a great thing. The knight of wands, or the artisan of wands, is somebody who is energetic, they're optimistic, they want to take action and move this thing forward. So you're getting immediate assistance with this new idea that's coming in. You have immediate energy and assistance coming in to help you with it. You won't have to wait. The energy that you're coming from, you're in the recent past, is the star. Star is a card of hopes and dreams fulfilled. So in your recent past, you may have been able to accomplish a lot of goals, just like this card was saying. You know, you've accomplished something, you're on your way to your reward, and here we're seeing that, you have had a lot of your dreams and hopes and wishes fulfilled. And that's the energy that you're coming into this week with. And that's awesome. To be able to have that as your foundation is amazing. The energy that you're moving into is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is somebody who is very optimistic, very emotional, and they're all about love. They are in love with the idea of love. They want to express love. They want to share their love. They want to bring in a message of love. And on this particular card, you're being asked to approach your situation from your heart, because logic is just not going to be enough. It's just going to kind of muddy the waters. And that makes sense considering all of the watery energy in the sky in the astrology this week. You're being asked to kind of set the logic aside and really function from your heart and think about your emotions. You may not be able to rationalize your feelings, but that doesn't mean it isn't right. Your desires may not make sense to others, but that doesn't mean you should dismiss how you feel. So allow yourself to explore what you feel drawn to, even if it only ends up being a stepping stone for what comes next. So then the destiny or the goal at the top of the reading is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is a card of reciprocity. This is a card of giving and receiving. You have, just as in the squirrel card, you have an abundance of whatever you need. You've worked really hard. You've gotten everything together. You're prepared, and if you need something, you can trust that somebody will be there to help you with it. And if you have something extra to give, then you'll be able to share in your wealth and abundance. This is also a card of, like being on a team and everybody is pulling their weight. Everybody on the team is doing their part and nobody feels like somebody else is slacking. And what you don't see coming is this is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is also a messenger. They're bringing in. This is more of that logic energy, and ideas. It's an idea of ideas. But the page is, they're not very skilled at what they're doing yet, and they're still working on it and getting better about it. But they they still have a little ways to go. And so this is more like the Knight. Sorry, this is the Knight of Swords. I'm still having a hard time keeping track of these different words. The Artisan of Wands is more like the Queen of Wands, not the Knight of Wands, that is going to be helping you at the center of the thing. So having the Queen of Wands, such great energy. The Queen of Wands, she's full of charisma. She's bold. She is confident. She wants action, and she's going to help you. She's going to help you. So anyway, going back to the Apprentice of Swords, this is the Knight of Swords. So the Knight also is not super skilled at what he's doing. He's more skilled than the page, but he still has a lot to learn. He's more controlled, but he still has a ways to go. She's the Knight is eager, won't let anybody get in their way. They're very ambitious. They have they can be a little arrogant. They think they know exactly what needs to be done and said, and they want to prove that they're right at any cost, kind of like in the Five of Swords. They want to win. They want to prove that they're right, and they may very well be right, but they might kind of run roughshod over everything. So when you get this card, it is encouraging you to go ahead and be impulsive, to take risks, and to be assertive, but also, you want to be spontaneous, but you also you don't want to be foolhardy. Okay. Your energy in this reading is the Hermit. And this week you may have the desire to retreat, especially with all that watery energy in the astrology. You may have this desire, and this is, we're getting close to Halloween and Samhain. It's a time of getting ready for winter. The veil is getting very thin, and so a lot of people are just wanting to hole up, get ready, kind of retreat into their home, maybe read some books, maybe, think about the meaning of things, and seeking sources of wisdom. And that's what the Hermit card is all about. And that's your energy this week. The energy surrounding you is the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is somebody who has really kind of mastered the art of emotion and logic. The King of Cups is not afraid of his emotions. He's out there on and this is depicted, I think, as a woman, but these are all genderless, really, as far as I'm concerned. The King of Cups is out in the middle of the ocean on their throne, and the ocean represents all of their emotions. They're very comfortable with their emotions, and they can marry them with logic. They know that feelings aren't facts. They're not afraid of feeling their feelings or acknowledging their emotions. And they are very full of compassion for the people around them and for themselves. And that's the energy surrounding you right now, which is a good thing, because your hopes and fears are contained in this Tower card. This Tower, the Tower card, is a card of destruction and, kind of a cataclysmic change. This is a sudden change that's brought on that, it's not necessarily anything that you did or that you caused, but it's something that needed to come down. This is a building with a foundation that needed to be taken down in order to build what needs to be built here. And sometimes these things happen because we're resistant to change. And so the universe says, okay, I've given you signs that this needs to change and you haven't changed it yet. So I'm going to make it change. And boom, then it happens. So the tower moments are moments of, they are difficult to go through, but they always come, they're followed immediately by the star. The star comes right after the tower. It's the card of faith and hope, and belief that that everything is going to be fine. That comes right after any of these tower moments. So you can hang on to that idea, should you have a tower moment this week. And then your final outcome is the King of Wands. The King of Wands is like the Queen of Wands, very much like the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, she wants action. She's very creative. She's charismatic and bold. The King of Wands is the same, and he kind of focuses his energy outwards, at the world around him, and he is, he's into creative forces, and he's a really good delegator. He wants action too, so it's going to be a creative and energetic week, it looks like. For your healing card, this is for your energy. This is a healing card, and it says rebuild and restructure. Create and solidify new foundations. Oh boy, that fits right in with this tower card, doesn't it? Create and solidify new foundations. No need to rush or overthink, because some of this healing will happen organically, whether it's your health, finances, career, or relationships, or several areas of your life affected. This card indicates a positive realignment phase. Spin a new web for strategic evolution. Break new ground. Well, that fits right in. I like that. Now, for the energy around you, we get the Crimson Resolve card. And this is a number 35 card. As I mentioned, I always get number 35 for some reason. The key themes on this card are pain but resilience, transformation through suffering, strength and vulnerability, and renewal. So that fits in with that tower card too as well. Okay, and this one also goes with the tower card. You get the chaos card from Wisdom of the Raven. That goes right along with this idea of a tower moment. And the keywords on the chaos card are mayhem, disorder, unpredictability. When ravens scatter, trouble abounds. Most of the time, in fact, almost all of the time, we live our lives mere inches from the edge of chaos. That's true. All of the rules with which we exist, all the societal norms, all the apparent structures are never as far from anarchy as we would like to believe. It may be that you are or are about to be plunged into a state of disruption. You may have suffered a loss of security, a deep financial challenge, or a scattering of your usual social circle. It's okay. These things happen. When you get the chaos card, it's time to remember that the wings of mayhem may beat loudly in your life, but you are a survivor. You must approach everything, even the loudest disturbance, with the notion that you will recover and nothing can defeat you. It can be beneficial to embrace the idea of shaking things up. After all, too many rules and too much complacency are far from ideal, which I know you agree with, Sagittarius. So, all right, our final card is Internal Explorer. This is a number 32 card, and the Internal Explorer says, I think this is pretty self-explanatory. Keywords on Internal Explorer are Flow state, assessing infinite information by going within. Wisdom from the collective consciousness. Theta waves, channeling, breaking free from limiting intellect. Creative boldness, that's creative boldness that's exactly what the Queen and the King of Wands are. Being guided by the divine spark, and you already hold the keys. And you're being invited to explore the state of flow. This card is also a reminder that you are an infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed, so go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. That fits in with this Hermit card too, going within and exploring. So there you have it. That's your reading for this week. I hope you have a wonderful week, Sagittarius. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Your likes, shares, and comments do make a difference to me, and I really appreciate them. And I hope I see you in my next video. Bye now.